We have new information about a real-life treasure hunt that hooked people all over the world. And if you were still hoping to find this treasure, it's not really good news for you. Here's the backstory. 10 years ago, a New Mexico art dealer named Forrest Fenn created a poem with clues to the location of a hidden treasure. His challenge created a frenzied hunt for the chest containing, well, here's why it's frenzied, more than $1 million worth of valuables, a lot of money there. Fenn announced 6 months ago that the treasure had been found. Here's the news. Now we know who found it.
He's a 32-year-old medical student from Michigan named Jack Stuef.
As I have gone alone in there, and with my treasures bold, I can keep my secret where, and hint of riches new and old.
It is easy to believe today that we are an enlightened society, free from problems of race, gender, or economic separation. But some of the most difficult lessons we learn are a result of individuals who push us through these divisive barriers. In September of 1957, 9 black school children, the eldest only 17, forced us through such a blockade. They sought a better education for themselves and the opportunity to pursue the American dream.
This is Central High School, Little Rock, Arkansas. Troops, which for nearly 3 weeks lined the sidewalk here in front of the high school under orders to keep the colored students out, have been replaced now. And their orders to comply with the law, which means let the Negro students in if they come in.
We were Terrence Roberts, Jefferson Thomas, Thelma Mothershed, Elizabeth Eckford, Ernest Green, Carlotta Walls, Melba Patillo, Minnie Jean Brown, and Gloria Ray.
They became known as the Little Rock Nine.
On March 26, 1931, 9 black youths riding a freight train were arrested after being falsely accused of raping 2 white women. After nearly being lynched, they were brought to trial in Scottsboro, Alabama. Despite evidence that exonerated the young men, including a retraction in 1933 by one of their accusers, the state pursued the case. All white juries delivered guilty verdicts against the 9 defendants, and all but the youngest, who was a 12-year-old, were sentenced to death. From 1931 to 1937, during a series of appeals and new trials, they remained in prison where they were repeatedly brutalized by guards. In 1932, the U.S. Supreme Court concluded that the Scottsboro defendants had been denied adequate counsel at trial. In 1935, the Supreme Court again ruled in favor of the defendants, overturning their convictions because Alabama had systematically excluded blacks from jury service. Finally, in 1937, 4 of the defendants were released. The other 5 were given sentences from 20 years to life. And 4 out of those 5 were paroled between 1943 and 1950. The 5th escaped prison in 1948 and fled north to Michigan. No crime in American history, let alone a crime that never occurred, produced as many trials, convictions, reversals, and retrials as the case of the Scottsboro Boys.
celebrating Black History Month by uncovering unsung stories across Western New York. Tonight, we are talking about philanthropy's role in Black history. For hundreds of years, historically Black fraternities and sororities have made service a way of life. 7 Eyewitness News reporter Taylor Epps spoke with 9 local organizations about their contributions to the community.
Hey, Frank!
Nine organizations, one common goal.
We're here to make sure that we all make it to the next level together.
Known as the Divine Nine, historically Black fraternities and sororities are making a difference here in Western New York.
We provide, over the last couple of years, over $20,000 to high school graduates.
We adopt a school every year, and members go into the school to mentor the young men ages 12 to 18.
We have voter registration drives, we have canned food drives.
Many consider joining Greek organizations as an experience exclusive to college, but for the D9,
joining a fraternity or sorority is a lifelong commitment.
And it's not just something that I just want to do, it's something that I live.
I probably devote 40–45% of my time to Alpha Kappa Alpha.
Each organization comes with its own rich history.
We started on the campus of Howard University in 1908.
Notable alphas that most people know are the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King, Thurgood Marshall. Locally, we have Mayor Byron Brown, who's an alpha.
It's the sisterhood. It's the scholarship and service, and that's what we're pretty much built on.
But it's not all business.
We step as a form of celebration. There is a promotion of our pride and our heritage, and it is so deep and so rich.
Members of the D9 say they take pride in coming together for a common purpose.
In our community, sometimes our needs fall by the wayside. That's why giving back and making sure the home is taken care of is so important.
Taylor Epps, 7 Eyewitness News.
And that's saying all power to the people. That's saying that no matter what color you are, there's only 2 classes. And that's saying there's a class over here and there's a class over there. And the reason that this class over here has never did anything to get this class off its back, because this is lower, this is upper, this is the oppressed, this is the oppressor, this is the exploited, this is the exploiter. And these people in this class have divided themselves. They say, I'm black and I hate white people. I'm white and I hate black people. I'm Latin American and I hate hillbillies. I'm hillbilly and I hate Indians. So we fight amongst each other. We say all power to all people. We say white power to white people. Brown power to brown people. Yellow power to yellow people. Black power to black people. X power to those that we left out. We say Panther power to the Vanguard Party. We're going to start a thing called Free Fred. Don't that sound nice? Hey, let's do that. Free Fred. Free Fred. Free Fred.
I guess if you say so, I'll have to pack my things and go.
That's right, hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more.
What you say?
Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack,
me this away, 'cause I'll be back on my feet someday.
Don't care if you do, 'cause it's understood. You ain't got no money, you just ain't no good.
Well, I guess if you say so, I'll have to pack my things and go.
That's right, hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more.
What you say?
Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more.
Well,
don't you come back no more.
What you said?
Don't you come back no more.
I didn't understand
Don't you come back no more.
You can't mean that.
And don't you come back no
Oh,
more.
now, baby, please.
Don't you come back no more.
What you trying to do to me?